Hi everyone, today's headlines. Fighting the elusive virus. Nagaland COVID-19 tally 2,688. 93-year-old man septuagenarian wife recover from COVID. School heads to give a daily report from August 13 onwards. Law in motion by Ruben Sharma IPS bridging the gap between law and people. Guidelines on rational use of COVID-19 testing. Quarantine centers in Dimapur to charge for food. APC warns farmers against use of seeds from unknown source. Mon town divided into 3 zones to break transmission chain. DC warns against obstruction to health workers. Fighting the elusive virus. A number of new COVID-19 cases in the state, especially Dimapur and Kohima, indicate that the virus is no longer confined to quarantine centers and was now out in the public domain. According to a medical practitioner, there are many patients who are asymptomatic, mostly young people who do not show any symptoms or who have extremely mild symptoms but who transmit the virus to others. Cases have been reported especially in Dimapur, where contact tracing was done on those who may have exposed to COVID-19 and following them up daily for 14 days from the last point of exposure. Nagaland COVID-19 tally 2,688. Nagaland recorded 31 fresh COVID-19 cases from 4 districts on Saturday, taking the total tally to 2,688 cases. 1,785 active case, 893 recovered, 7 deaths and 3 migrated. Out of 670 samples that were tested, 12 cases were detected in Kohima, 10 in Dimapur, 6 in Zunheboto and 3 in Voka. As per the severity of the symptoms, 1,782 active cases were asymptomatic, 1 with mild symptom and 2 moderate cases. Further, out of the 2,688 cases, the distribution across various categories of people include 1,184 cases from paramilitary or military, 1,056 cases from returnees, 189 cases from frontline workers, 205 trace contacts and 54 others. 93-year-old man septuagenarian wife recovered from COVID. The recovery of an elderly couple, 93-year-old man and his wife, 79, from Lasumi village under Peg district for COVID-19 in the face of high mortality rate in the older population globally due to the infection, has brought a ray of hope to other patients. The couple who were admitted to Peg district hospital after testing positive were released on Saturday, after their retest result returned negative on August 7. It may be mentioned the couple, along with 2 sons, one of them a healthcare worker, had tested positive for COVID-19 on July 28. School heads to submit a daily report from August 13 onwards. The Principal Director of School Education, Shanawaz C. IAS, has informed all school heads to log in into their school accounts every day and submit a daily report before 3 p.m. with effect from August 13, 2020. The PD in a notification on August 7 issued the following directives to the district education officers, senior sub-divisional education officers, sub-divisional education officers and head of the institution of all government schools, GPS, GMS, GHS, GHSS functioning in the state of the Nagaland for strict compliance with immediate effect. Law in motion by Rupen Sharma IPS, bridging the gap between law and people. Sri Rupen Sharma IPS is starting a series of articles on law to educate people of Nagaland about the process of law in matters of crime, to create awareness and bridge the gap between law and people. The first series, called Law in Motion, written by Ruben Sharma IPS, is as follows. Motion. Guidelines on rational use of COVID testing. State Health and Family Welfare Department, considering the unfolding challenges, had issued guidelines on rational use of COVID-19 testing for strict adherence and compliance by all stakeholders with immediate effect. The guidelines stated that testing criteria would be in conformity with ICMR and state SOP would not be modified under any circumstances unless with the approval of competent authority. It stated that the priority for testing would be given to high-risk contacts, primary and direct, or asymptomatic cases. all other cases including low-risk contacts, the guidelines set, would apply for slot for sampling and testing to the district health authority through phone or WhatsApp or email in order to avoid overcrowding at the sampling site. Further, it stated that type of testing to be done would be decided by the attending health personnel, adding that no person would demand the type of testing. As per the guidelines, the test result would be provided depending on the caseload of the testing lab. Quarantine centers in Dimapur to charge for food. In pursuance to the government notification, Deputy Commissioner of Dimapur Rajesh Sundararajan has informed that the quarantines would be charged for food provided at the respective quarantine center, with effect from August 10. The DC further notified that Dimapur District Task Force has fixed Rs 350 per person per day at institutional quarantine, which included Rs 40 for breakfast, Rs 130 for lunch, Rs 130 for dinner, Rs 20 for water, and Rs 30 for logistic expenses like packing, fuel, delivery cost, etc. A DIPR report stated on Saturday. APC warns farmers against use of seeds from unknown source. The Agricultural Protection Commissioner Y. Kekato Sema has requested all departments concerned to issue necessary instruction to the district heads to inform farmers not to solicit or use seeds that are received through parcels with mislabeled packages of unknown sources or seeds of unknown origin. In an official communique, SEMA had cited a letter from the Ministry of Agriculture and Farmer Welfare which had warned of a threat of unsolicited or suspicious seed parcels, unknown sources being reported in many countries like US, Canada, UK, New Zealand, Japan and some European nations. Mondown divided into 3 zones to break transmission chain. In view of the increase in COVID-19 positive cases and in the interest of public health and safety, and in an effort to break the chain of possible local or community transmission in Mondown, has divided into 3 zones. Deputy Commissioner Mont Tavasilan K has notified that henceforth public movement will be permitted in accordance to the days assigned for each zone. With effect from August 10, the DC stated in a press release. DC warns against obstruction to health workers. The Deputy Commissioner DC Dimapur has warned of penal action against those obstructing the entry and exit of health workers and frontline workers from their wards or colony for performing duties. In an order, DC Dimapur Rajesh Sundararajan warned that any individuals or organization issuing unwarranted directives or statements which infringe on individual rights and in violation of the governmental orders would be liable to be punishable under Section 3 of the Epidemic Disease Act 1897 and Section 188 of the IPC. That's all for now. To get such latest news, don't forget to subscribe this channel. Thank you.